Charlie and the Chocolate Factory Kids Then and Now. 10 years ago, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory was released, and we've been obsessed with it ever since. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory is a 2005 musical fantasy film directed by Tim Burton and written by John August, based on the 1964 British novel of the same name by Roald Dahl. The film stars Johnny Depp as Willy Wonka and Freddie Highmore as Charlie Bucket, alongside David Kelly, Helena Bonham Carter, Noah Taylor, Missi Pyle, James Fox, Deep Roy, and Christopher Lee. The storyline follows Charlie as he wins a contest along with 4 other children and is led by Wonka on a tour of his chocolate factory. But what have those cute little kids been up to this past decade? Find out who has an extremely successful career and who hasn't acted since this film. Number 1. Freddie Highmore, Charlie Bucket. Of all the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory children, Freddie Highmore has definitely done the best for himself. Freddie Highmore was thrust into the spotlight after first appearing in Finding Neverland. Immediately after, he was the adorable little Charlie Bucket who worked with Robin Williams as the title star of August Rush in 2007. That same year, he starred in The Golden Compass. Fast forward a few years and the baby-faced little boy we all loved has grown up. Nowadays, he's making questionable choices with a family member on the hit show Bates Motel as Norman Bates himself. Highmore played one of cinema's best-known characters, Norman Bates, in the Psycho prequel television series Bates Motel from 2013 to 2017. He also wrote and helped with the scripts of Bates Motel 2. Most recently, Highmore has been starring in The Good Doctor as Dr. Sean Murphy. The star is believed to live in London and chooses to avoid social media where possible. Number 2. Anna Sophia Robb, Violet Beauregard. Shortly after she was the gum-chewing Violet, Anna Sophia went on to star in The Bridge to Terabithia with Josh Hutcherson. The next big film we saw her in was the remake for Race to Witch Mountain alongside Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and the Hunger Games star Alexander Ludwig. But her real big success came when she landed the lead in Soul Surfer, the biopic about the surfer Bethany Hamilton. In 2012, she was cast as a young Carrie Bradshaw in the Carrie's Diaries, but it was sadly cancelled after 2 seasons. In 2014, she enrolled in New York University. She became known for her part as Carrie Bradshaw in the Carrie Diaries TV series from 2013 to 2014. Her most recent significant role came in the 2016 TV historical drama Mercy Street, where she played Alice Green. In 2019, she played Lacey in the crime drama The Act. Number 3. Julia Winter, Veruca Salt. Veruca Salt was a real thorn in Willy Wonka's side on the factory tour. She was super spoiled, and when she realized that Wonka was using squirrels to sort the good nuts from the bad, she just had to have one. What Veruca didn't expect was that the squirrels would consider her a bad nut and throw her into the trash chute. Just because she had fancy things in her life didn't mean that Veruca was a nice person, and the squirrels only did what everyone was hoping they would. Oddly enough, little Veruca Salt did not go on to have a famous future. The only acting credits Julia Winter has are directly related to Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Her last public appearance was on Dick and Dom in the Bungalow in 2006 as herself. No one from the public has seen her in years. It's actually inspired by websites where people wonder what she has gotten up to in the last decade. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory was a Stockholm-born Londoner's only acting role. We have heard that she's pursuing a medical career in Sweden these days, or maybe the squirrels just never gave her back. Number 4. Jordan Fry, Mike Tiavy. Mike Tiavy is one of the children who gets a golden ticket from one of Wonka's chocolate bars. Tiavy loves television and video games, so when he learns Wonka can teleport him into the small screen, he has to give it a go. The kid acts before finding out what could happen if he teleports himself and gets shrunk in the process. The only way to get Tiavy back to his original size is to stretch him out, which we get to see the results of at the end of the film. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory was one of the first acting roles Jordan Fry ever got. Just 2 years after playing Mike Tiavy, Fry was one of the voices in the animated adventure Meet the Robinsons. His next significant role would come in 2012, when he played a jock in the mystery Gone, starring Amanda Seyfried. After taking a break from acting for a while, Fry appeared in the rom-com Bird and the Bees in 2015. Unlike his monstrous little character, Instagram informed us that Fry managed to tear himself away from his TV recently for a backpacking trip around the world. He's next up to appear in the romantic comedy Bird and the Bees. Number 5. Philip Wiegertz, Augustus Gloop. It was almost inevitable that Augustus Gloop was going to find one of the golden tickets because he ate so much candy. Even before he went into the chocolate factory for the tour, he was spotted munching on some candy. Then whenever Wonka revealed the edible garden, Gloop was basically a kid in a candy store. He found Wonka's chocolate river, and despite being warned to stay away, fell in and was sucked up by a tube. Gloop failed Wonka's test at the very first hurdle. Being cast as Augustus Gloop was Philip Wiegratz's first acting role. The German actor used that exposure to launch an acting career, but by 2013 his time in the spotlight came to an end. Wiegratz appeared in the historical drama Lore in 2012 and the 2013 German fantasy Ruby Red. That's not to say he's been completely MIA. Like his former co-star Julia Winter, he has guest starred in the TV shows Burn de Vent, Die Wolf, Crime Day, Der Schons, and Die Serie. Most recently, he was in the TV documentary Me and Summer '88. Wheaties stars DDR Rockton.